And speaking of things that are shutting down and maybe shutting down, we know Daft Punk's shutting down for now as a band. Well, SNL might be shutting down next, because that's the whole thing going on right now is a bunch of the post-production people are striking. Now, of course, SNL is a live show and they do live sketches, and most of their stuff is in front of a live studio audience, teleprompters, and it's on air live theater. But they have all these pre-recorded episodes. They do like little music videos, they do little shorts, they do a lot of stuff where they bring guests in sometimes, celebrity guests, and they're on these shorts because they can film them anytime during the week, and they just edit and air them during the live show. Well, right now, the people that are behind this, the post-production team, are saying, we want to be actually included with the IATSE, which the producers agreed to, and we want rights. We want to be covered. We want to be taken care of. So they're trying to reach their first agreement with the management after unionizing back in October. So all this stuff went down in October. There's 20 part-time editors, film editors, assistant editors, and media managers that are all part of this group that all want to be, they want to be covered. They want to have the same wages as everybody else. They want increases. They want to be taken care of. Now, this probably will not shut down SNL, but it could cause some hiccups for them. Let's talk about, these people are picketing in front of the whole studio. That's not good. Let's say they're actually going on social media and blasting the show because the show is not taking care of them. That's not good. There's a lot of logistical problems that can happen here. And the management at SNL allowed this to happen. They were like, okay, cool. Yes, we'll allow you to be in a union. We'll allow you to work with IATSE. That sounds great to us. So taking these steps forward, they should take care of these people. But right now they're kind of pushing them to the back burner a little bit. And they actually signed something. All of them went together and they signed something authorizing the ability to strike. So it's not saying they're striking yet, but now at the bargaining table, they can say at the bargaining table, well, we can strike right now, if you don't do what we want, and then a strike could happen. And then, of course, SNL will have more problems. But my thing is, though, will it really affect SNL? Sabrina, what do you think? Do you think something like this will affect them? And do you think that these post-production people will actually have ground to stand on?
My dogs are barking a lot. Maybe you want to go to Mike first, and we'll shut them up.
Okay, Mike, let me ask you for a second. What do you think about this? Do you think that these post-production people, do you think they're going to be okay? Do you think this is going to work in their favor? Or do you think that SNL is going to be like, fuck them?
Well, let me ask, first of all, am I alone in feeling like the pre-produced content has been the best part of Saturday Night Live for the past 20, 30 years?
It's been great.
Like that's the thing. Like I think the things that have really been have caught the cultural zeitgeist, at least in my experience, for the most part. And I'm thinking back to Lonely Island, and for sure they worked with the post-production team. That's the funniest stuff, or it's certainly the most reliable. What am I looking at here? I'm looking at a picture of all these. What's the T-shirt that they're wearing that's supporting their union? All these kids are so young. Oh my gosh, every one of them is younger than me. Like, it makes me super happy to see younger people collectivizing, and seeing a smaller group of people collectivizing. Like, you wouldn't necessarily think that, this is a whole bunch of people. They're really going to be able to, swing their weight around with the producers. So I just see that as a very heartening thing. Just smaller groups of people collectivizing, and younger.
I know it's really impactful to see that happening, that these people are able to be like, you see young kids that are just, working their way up, that are doing editing these big projects for SNL. It's a big job to be a part of. And that shows you that they're looking for younger generations. A lot of these people, think about it, are doing YouTube videos and are in social media editing stuff. Editing has really been in the limelight these days because people do make their own shows on social media. They do edit their own food videos, stuff like that. And they post that shit up there. So a lot of these kids are getting these editing skills that you wouldn't have had when we were younger. We didn't have this shit. We had to go learn on Final Cut, but we didn't have cell phones in our pockets. We weren't making our own content back then. So these people will be younger, and a lot of them have more experience making it than an older generation, if you think about it.
100%. And I think that you really put a fine point on the fact that they're really bringing a lot of value to the organization, and that should be just because they're younger and they're in highly desirable jobs. So that there's a lot of people competing for their seats, that shouldn't be used to exploit them. Like, for example, the unionization of the Nickelodeon workers. Like, that's another job where just they're highly competitive. So it's really easy for the industry to take advantage of people who just want a foot in the door. Can I ask you, Sabrina, now that you're back? I was saying that I was wondering if I'm alone in thinking that the pre-produced shorts, etc., have been the best part of Saturday Night Live for a long time.
I mean, there are some severe gems in that respect for sure. I don't know if I would say it's the best part. I'd say, because there are some of those that are also not great. Just like there are sketches that are not great. So I feel like it's kind of a balance in between. If you didn't have those anymore, I think it would absolutely affect the show 100%. Because if you think about what's the first pre-taped thing that you think of immediately when you think of Saturday Night Live?
What I was saying, Brian, Lonely Island, right? The
Dick in a box.
Dick in a box. There you go.
Yeah.
Dick in a box. One of the greatest things SNL has ever done. And so I think it would definitely take away from the show if they did strike and decided not to do those pre-recorded segments. I think it would definitely impact the show. I don't know if it's the best part though. Saturday Night Live is touch and go.
I really like them a lot.
A couple years it's great, couple years it's not. It depends on the cast, it depends on the sketch. There's a very big ebb and flow that goes through there, or that has gone through there over the years and continues to, as they get rid of people and hire new people.
The one standard through all of it.
Yes.
Keenan Mitchell.
Yes.
Oh, Keenan's amazing.
Keenan Thompson.
Yeah.
Please
Keenan
never
Thompson,
leave,
thank
Keenan.
you. Oh, I conflated him with Kel for a second.
Kel, yeah.
Sorry about that.
I like those videos though. I think they're great. I think they do add a lot of production value to the show too. It's a little different. It can bring in some celebrities sometimes that can bring some more drawing and some more shock value. The pre-recorded stuff, it goes a long way if you ask me. And I think it's a great thing that they shouldn't get rid of. Andy Samberg, I think, was one of the first people. I mean, they were doing it with Adam Sandler a little bit, but it wasn't like this, like Andy did. Like Andy Samberg really made it something bigger by bringing in Justin Timberlake and bringing a whole new world, a new element to SNL. They shouldn't get rid of it. I honestly think they're one of the best segments. It's that, or it's the Weekend Update is still one of my favorites. Between Weekend Update and those tend to be really great. And, the opening monologue can be great as well or their opening sketch, their cold open, if you will, depending on if they have the right people in it, because those sometimes can be up and down. But I hope that these people get their rights, because the fact is they put it out there before. They said, okay, we'll let you unionize. We'll let you go with IATSE. We'll let you get a part of that, and we'll negotiate, and it'll be fine. They agreed to it. Now they should do what's right and take care of these people, because they already put the path out there. You got to make it happen now. SNL, come on. That's what I'm saying, But anyways, what's everybody think about this? Do you think this is a great thing? Do you think that the SNL managers will actually step up and take care of these people? Or do you think they will backpedal and be a little bitches? Let us know.